Hello, people. Nah, I'm not going to be coming on videos like this, no. Thank you guys for watching the last episode of Roses. Great feedback. Great feedback. It's one of those things that I just want to continue to do on a weekly basis through hashtag Celebrate Life. The whole premise of hashtag Celebrate Life is to just bring awareness. You know, we only have one life to live. We might as well celebrate it while we're still alive. And in one of those ways of celebrating it, you know, you want to give people their flowers while they're still living. You know, a lot of times we go to funerals, we give them flowers, put it on a casket, what have you. They can't take it with them. And so I want to go ahead and just celebrate people while they're still alive, you know. And so the format is I pick 3 random people, and I literally don't think about who they're going to be until I hit record. So that's the beauty of it. It's coming from the heart, and it's coming, you know, just randomly. So that's how I'm going to continue to do it. And if I don't call your name out today, relax. I'm going to be doing this for a long time, and so eventually I'm going to call you out. But the 3 people I want to call out today are Michael Thomas. Salute, sir. Call him Rob. I call him IPS. He knows why. CJ Elms. Salute, sir. And the Grogers, Jimmy and Stephanie. All right. With Rob, aka IPS, I met him on this site called a hotmessblog.com. It was right around the time where MySpace was dying and Facebook was emerging, and I was just getting used to social media on the internet, like, you know, how it is today. And this site, I believe, was ahead of its time because the whole premise of the site was we take the latest urban news and we don't talk about the actual news. We talk about how much of a hot mess that individual was looking. And so we just really just went in on them. And it's funny now because nowadays you have memes, you have people that do short videos on Instagram. You had the Vine movement. And I think a lot of that really came from the circle that we were in and just that site in general, man. It was ahead of its time, and it was 3 writers, and one of them, the main writer, was Rob. And so, you know, he'll be posting these hilarious posts on how Aretha Franklin looked a hot mess, or how, you know, Beyonce had on a funny looking wig, or what have you, man. We would nitpick. We were so petty back then. We're still petty now. But I would comment under it, and the people in the comment section was laughing at me too. And so my consistency through commenting caused Rob to be like, hold up, man, let's bring him on as a writer. And I was honored. I'm like, yo, I'm not used to attention like that online, you know. But, you know, he brought me on, and I was the last writer that came on board. But not just that, man. When he started his own site, The Feedback, you know, he pulled me in and said, hey, man, I want you to be a part of this. And I was honored. And just over the years, we just kept in touch, kept in contact. He's gone through a lot, you know. But the thing that encourages me and just inspires me about him is that he keeps going. He keeps going. Now, I mean, he's producing films, and, you know, he's doing big things, and I just love to see him succeed, and I can't wait to see him blow up so I can get $1 from him once he get his millions. I've met cool people through him, like Kev on Stage and the Playmakers, before they went viral and blew up. I love seeing, you know, people succeed, man. I just love people winning. So you keep on, Rob. You keep on, bro. CJ Elms, man. This is my dude. I met him in college, freshman year. I will call CJ the glue because he always made sure that our circle at college, we stayed tight knit. He's a very unusual cat, man. He's like one of those legends that I have to tell my kids and grandkids about, because he is a unique character, one of a kind, irreplaceable. I had the privilege of eventually becoming roommates with him. He be getting crunk because he's from the A, but he's also from Providence. And I was looking at him like, who you gonna go for in the Super Bowl, dog? Who you gonna go for in the Super Bowl, Because, Patriots, Falcons, yada, yada. But, he was true to his word, stayed with the Falcons. But he's a good guy, man, that I think was misunderstood a lot. But I saw the value in him and in our relationship. And heck, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have been rapping, because I stayed on the third floor of our dorms, and everybody that was in our rap group either stayed on the second or the fifth floor. And so he will always catch me in the stairway or catch me as I'm going in and be like, hey, did you know about the meeting? In fact, the first meeting we ever had, he was like, hey, are you going to be at the chapel meeting? I'm like, nah, I didn't even know. And so he kept me informed. And so salute to my dude, man. Appreciate you. And last but not least, the Grogers, Jimmy and Stephanie. When I first moved back to Richmond, it was a new city to me. Even though I grew up in Richmond, I left and was gone for about 14 years. And so when I came back, it was like, oh man, I gotta get my bearings again, and I gotta meet new people and kind of get used to things. So when we found the church that we attend to now, shout out to House of Prayer, met a lot of people, a lot of friendly people that just accepted us and just took us on from the jump. And we were introduced to small groups, and one of the small group leaders one of the small groups that we were in, the leaders of that small group were the Grogers, Jimmy and Stephanie. And the way they just embraced not just me, but my family, man, it meant the world to me. And it was from a genuine place. Sometimes you can meet people and you're like, oh, okay, they're just being a leader for leader's sake. But it was really genuine, man. And Jimmy was one of the first people that I met at the church. And we hit it off, very well upon meeting him. And then Stephanie, she's cool as a fan. Yes, Stephanie. And I remember when I like I said, I first moved back. Now it's around December-ish. It's my birthday. And I really didn't plan anything for my birthday, man. And I think we had a small group meeting, ironically, on my birthday. So I'm like, I'm not expecting them to do anything. And I came in, and man, they had cupcakes, and they kind of merged the Christmas party with my birthday, and it just meant a whole lot to me, and I never forgot it. And so I thank them for that. I was so happy when they got their new home. I helped them move into it. It was just a great sight to see, man. And ironically, a few weeks later, I got my first home, and so it was cool to see that. And I just admire both of them, and I thank them, for being so awesome. And so that's it. I know sometimes I was looking over here and I was looking right here. I'm getting used to this this camera thing. But thank you guys for watching this, and I'm gonna keep it going. Okay, I'm gonna keep it going because we need to celebrate people while they're still here. So, roses.